let's talk about everyday collars. Now, your everyday collar is generally going to be leather or nylon. I think there's some other newer materials, but leather and nylon are the most popular. A lot of times they're called flat collars, and what their purpose is to carry the ID of your dog. So you've got your typical ID collar, your rabies tag, and then hopefully you have your dog chipped, and that chip company information will be on the tag, or will be on the collar as well. So that way, if your dog gets separated from you or away from you, someone has a way of tracking you down. So what I have here is a flat leather collar with a buckle closure. Now, I personally like the buckle closure for one reason. It won't self-adjust, okay? Flat collar I like for shorter hair dogs because it just kind of sits. Now, fit for any training tool is absolutely critical. I've been following a 2-finger rule for about 14 years, and I've never had a dog, back out of, wiggle out of, or escape whatever I put on them. And by 2-finger rule, what I mean is it's kind of like putting a child in a car seat with a 5-point harness. Move this dog's ear. So, and it's, some of the equipment's not going to fit properly on this because it's stuffed, so it doesn't have the movement that a regular dog would, but my dogs voted not to participate. Anyways, so I'm sliding 2 fingers, and what I'll be going over many times is at each pressure point. So with a regular collar would just be right here. Now, there's other variations to this. So for leather, you've got a rolled leather collar. This is the one I love using for my longer coated dogs. I have Australian Shepherds, and what I found is it moves with the coat, and so it tends to cut down on possible knotting behind the ears and around the neck. Now, if they have a friend, like my youngest has a mini schnauzer that chews on him all the time, you're still going to get knots. But for a collar, I like the rolled leather. Works well with curly coated dogs as well. Okay, for the nylon, so this is a nylon buckle leash, and here's the adjustable strap. Now, the benefit to these, they have so many cool colors, widths, designs, but what I have found is when the dogs wear these, they can come loose, or if the dog gets it caught on something, it can tighten up on them. So when and where they're wearing the collar, regardless of what it is very important. So if your dog is going to be home alone in their crate, I would not have a collar on them. It's a pain because every time you let them out of the crate or every time you take them out of the house, you're putting it on. But there have been too many instances where I've had people call me, and too many, I mean like 3 in 18 years, but that's 3 too many. And the dog either got it caught underneath a recliner where the leg, the feet part was up, and they were playing under there and it got caught, and it's hard to get them unstuck. Another one, dogs were playing and one dog got their jaw caught and another one got a paw caught. So that's another reason why the 2-finger rule is so important. You don't want enough space where it can easily catch on stuff, but you also don't want it tight where it could be restricting or causing any kind of discomfort. Okay, so here's your nylon collar. It's also adjustable, but this one has a plastic clip. These are really nice because it's easy. It's a lot faster. However, again, it can self-adjust in the length of the collar, and you really need to be cognizant of hearing that, okay? Here's another nylon collar with a metal buckle. So what's nice about the metal buckles is may be a little more resilient to breakage. This one has a plastic side here, so that could break. But again, that's the important part right there, that claps. Make sure it closes and claps in real tight. This is another one. This is for larger dogs. It's a little bit thicker. These have become really popular, especially on your short-coated dogs. I would be hesitant to put them on long-coated because it just could get a lot of hair caught in them. I've never tried it, so it may be fine. But again, never leave your dog with a collar on unsupervised, just for safety, because if they get caught, these are not like the cat collars that are quick release or auto release. These are on your dogs. So just be aware of that. But so that is some of our everyday collars, and you want to pick one out that you feel is going to be most comfortable and utilitarian on your dog and attractive to you. A lot of them